sit back. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Tom Dog here, back at Wrestling Prime, and with me is my very special guest. Very special because this man needs no introduction. He is a Wrestling Prime legend. And you know, this is what I was talking about earlier about what I used to do back in the Wrestling Prime days of cable access and everything. This guy's a WP Inc. legend. Big, huge, humongous, not weight size, but all-round classic competitor. It's like we had some classic rivalries together, or as we used to call them, rivalries.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, get a little closer so because you're like shot there.
Show. Maybe I should go like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there you go. Yeah. You had too. Yeah, you had too much. Yeah, too much headroom there.
Yeah. A little bit.
You know the rules.
Oh, that's right.
Doesn't matter with you.
Oh, what is Brother Walt used to say? Headspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the coolest tool in the shed, the sledgehammer.
All right. Excellent. I know you meant the word tool in the best possible way.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. I am so happy to be here because it has been a long time since I've been in a production with Mr. Tom Dog 247, Tom Dog all day, Tom Dog all night, Tom Dog rocks the party, Tom Dog rocks the house, Tom Dog rocks the party. He's gonna dance all night.
Yeah, well, not today because we just got done watching Wrestle Mania. We had a huge party. Huge. We had a.
If you don't have these wristbands, you're not allowed in the party.
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute, I don't have the wristbands.
You're not allowed in the party.
I am the party. I bring the party.
That's right. You do rock the party.
Exactly. You know, especially with the buffet that I had, the buffet that I had.
Oh, that was something else. Let me tell you, pizza bagels, awesome pizza bagels. You got his chicken with his trademark awesome sauce.
That's right.
It was delicious.
That's right.
It was delicious, man.
He loves my sauce.
Yeah. I guess I did lean in like this. So I guess I kind of
Yeah, he walked into that one, folks.
I sure did. Sure did.
But you know, it's been you know, before we get started with the review show, it's been years since we last been on camera.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
And it's like this is the first time on YouTube.
Yes. Absolutely.
The first time on YouTube.
Not counting that one little event we did with the wrestling and whatnot. Because we had that on its own separate channel. Remember? We had we did one of our shows and the matches were put on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and I got yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, because I was the only one that was always getting hit in the head too many times. Remember wooden crates? I'm not really quite up in there.
Fair enough. Look, you're not as bad as Mr. Waterbury or Super Driver, but the less said about him, the better.
Yes, exactly. But we all remember X Black right here.
X Black.
You hate this guy.
Let me tell you, when I was watching your show, back before I even started being part of it.
Before he had an X in his name. Not back then he was Blackhead.
Wait, do these people know the story?
They don't know the whole story. They don't know the story at all.
Well, let me tell you, brother. We're here, 1990. You started 1996, right?
Yeah, 96.
Okay, 96. I'm tuning into Channel 13. I see this guy with a slightly fuller head of hair, and without that facial hair, and with a vest on, talking about wrestling. And I'm like, wow, you know what? Like, this is interesting. I could. And as the years went on, I eventually started thinking, wait a minute, I could do this too. So I did my own show, and we started our rivalry. Now, problem is, I'm kind of a jerk, and I made some fun of some people around.
Note the name, Sledgehammer. He was a tool.
I deserve that. I absolutely deserve that.
But in a good way.
Yes, but obviously.
But a well-meaning tool.
Thank you. But anyways, that is true. And We obviously have since made amends, even
Yes.
though we have had our fair share of clashes and battles.
We had our own Monday Night War.
We did.
Yes.
We absolutely did. I
was the Vince McMahon to his Eric Bischoff.
I always thought I was a Vince McMahon to your Eric Bischoff.
Just remember whose company went under.
Touche. Let's talk about wrestling.
Yes, okay. Well, Wrestle Mania, what man, that was awesome.
That was something else.
We're gonna give our final analysis, our final result, and our classic grade and everything like that. But we'll start off with the first. We're not gonna talk about the
pre-show stuff.
The pre-show stuff
Yeah.
because that's well, actually, we could talk about two of the three matches that they had. Because the Cruiserweight title match, I had everything jotted down, but it got deleted.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It did. No, you were right. You were right. You were right the first time because, it was my fault because I accidentally deleted it. So.
Well, thankfully I had this coffee because I'm pretty woken right now.
Yes. So, yes, absolutely. But, yeah, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, classic as always. And speaking of that little segue there, we wound up having Matt Hardy be the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal with assistance of one Bray Wyatt, who was not even a participant in that.
Right.
In that match.
That's what happens when you are dumped, immersed in the lake of reincarnation.
Yes. And it was it was actually really great. We had a great, it was a very great match.
Had some great food during that match.
Yes, absolutely. And it was really cool. It was a really cool match, and the fact that they were exchanging pleasantries and everything like that was also really cool. So they were just having like a hug it out moment in the middle of the ring. So that was their WrestleMania moment, I guess.
I suppose so.
So they definitely got to put over Bray Wyatt a lot more. You got to like rebuild him somehow.
This is their chance for a fresh start, and hopefully they can do it.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And Cedric Alexander won the Cruiserweight title match. So that was good. Congratulations to him. Also, the Women's Battle Royal, which they didn't call it the Moolah Battle Royal.
That's right.
They didn't because of all the backlash that I mentioned before.
Because apparently Moolah's a horrible person.
Yes, but we can't really say it on here because it's a family show.
No,
it's a family episode. So
you can look it up.
Yeah, I told them to Google it.
Yeah,
so
good idea.
You better Google it. So, so it was a very good match. It's like I forgot who won that match. I know it wasn't Bailey. Oh yeah, Naomi. Yes,
Naomi won it.
Yes, Naomi won.
It was. Here's why we had a hard time remembering it, because Naomi was out of the match for quite a bit.
Right.
That's right. She was on the outside, but I guess apparently she did not go over the top rope.
Right.
It ended up looking like it was Bailey versus Sasha, with Bailey kind of pulling a trick on Sasha to get her out.
Yeah, exactly.
But then Naomi comes around and says, "Nuh-uh,
Little Jurassic Park reference on a wrestling episode.
He's a sharp man. He's a sharp man. He knew exactly what that was.
Yes, exactly. But these young kids today, they don't know nothing. They're too busy putting condoms through their nose.
Like that. Look. I don't think that's every young person in this generation, but
I'm joshing.
Yeah.
Shame your name wasn't Josh. I don't know. Or my name. I don't know. I'm having so much fun. It's WrestleMania. I'm excited.
That's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And the first opening match of WrestleMania was the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Can I talk much? Obviously, everybody will agree to that because he talks way too damn much. Especially the rants I do. Which I have to do again. Anyways, that's a whole different story. Anywho, WWE Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor. The Miz defending the title, and a very very good match. All around, everybody was on point on this match. It was just like the crowd was really into this match, and normally they're hating on the Miz, but this time they weren't, and it was like everybody loved the match, especially the pop that the Miz got actually a couple of nights ago from the Hall of Fame when Jeff Jarrett says it's like you're really handling that Intercontinental belt well, and it was like giving them huge praise and everything like that.
I
So
did not see the Hall of Fame yet, but I will watch bits and pieces as soon as I can.
spoiled it then.
It's okay.
I know.
I am unspoiled.
Actually, you can't really spoil the Hall of Fame because we already know who's getting in there, and we already know what happens and everything. Everybody has a good time. But apparently, spoiler alert, the show went on too long. So it was like 4 hours long, but it was a 4-hour show.
That is true, and I don't know if you noticed this. I actually had to ask my friend, my other friend, what the deal was in the beginning with Finn Balor's rainbow gimmick on his entrance. Like he had a rainbow colored shirt, and he, I guess there's some sort of it's some sort of pro LGBT thing. So that's fine.
Wait, who was
like
that?
Finn Balor. In the beginning,
yeah,
he had that crowd. Everybody's wearing the T-shirt with the rainbow on it, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually contacted a friend of mine who knew a little bit about that, and he said that's what it might be.
I actually liked the Miz's outfit.
Oh yeah,
with the little homage to Naruto.
That's yep.
That was really cool.
Yep.
It's a shame it wasn't actually the cosplaying as the Naruto character because because the color scheme is actually blue and orange.
Right.
But it was like red and gold for there's like a lot of
I'm sure it was
some Naruto character that I fondly I vaguely remember. Because all I remember was Naruto.
Of course. Oh. But you know what? That's fine. I'm sure they did it for copyright reasons. Inspired, but had to do it differently.
But that's not true because a few years ago, the New Day came out in Dragon Ball Z gear, but at different colors. But they weren't like cosplaying as Goku or anything like that.
I guess I don't know pro wrestling copyright stuff, so I don't know.
But I'm surprised they didn't do nothing with that because they would have made some really cool figures with that. I want to get that. They should have did a crossover like they did with the Turtles. Anywho, but yeah, the match was really really great, and the fans were really really into the match and everything, and and the curb stomp was amazing. Amazing all around. It's like some curb stomps all over the place. I like the curb stomp to Finn Balor landing on the Miz.
Ooh,
that was crazy. That was really crazy. And
a lot of stuff he's saying I actually kind of missed because I was concentrating on my pizza bagel.
Yes.
But but what I did see, I enjoyed.
Yes. And then another curb stomp to the Miz, and Seth Rollins is now a Grand Slam winner.
Grand Slam.
So he is now the Intercontinental Champion. And I think Seth, it will do really good for Seth Rollins, and I think that'll be really great. So congratulations to Seth Rollins in becoming a Grand Slam winner, and that automatically gets you into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to you, Seth Rollins.
Fist bump, good sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So the next match. So what do you give that match, anyways?
I will have to stay out of the rating for that because, like I said, I was distracted by delicious pizza bagel.
Yes,
and I missed a lot, so I'm gonna have to go off of what you're saying. I like the finish, but I didn't see enough of it to give it a rating. And we're gonna come back to that kind of stuff later because after a certain point, I started kind of losing it, but not yet. It did get interesting before it became lame for me.
Yes.
Overall, it was good.
We'll talk about it more about it, but I actually give that match a B plus.
All right.
It was actually a B plus match. It was actually very good. All three guys handled themselves really well. it was like a really classic triple threat match, and
Excellent.
and that's one thing about WrestleMania matches when the IC belt is being contested. That match with the Intercontinental belt, it always does well,
Okay.
and especially and it started when Macho Man went with Ricky Steamboat at Romania 3 was actually really awesome, and it seems like every year they always try to one up, but every now and then that one classic match always likes to sneak in, and which of course is Macho Man. And then you got the ladder match, which can't really top that either. That's also classic in its own right because of the ladder um, at Mania 10. And but the triple threat that was actually really good. I was really in tune to the fans were in tune with it. The guys were pumped, and the fans were tuned and pumped and ready for WrestleMania because this was awesome. So
Okay.
next off, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Champion Charlotte Flair taking on Asuka.
Oh my gosh.
That match I was into because I was really into that match. As like, forget the pizza bagels, forget the wings, forget everything. I want to watch this match, and I'm glad I did because
Yep.
this match was
It was great.
awesome.
It was absolutely great.
It was really amazing.
Oh,
Um,
the finish was like absolutely wonderful.
Yes, and it came out of nowhere too.
It did. It did, but it worked.
Yes.
It worked.
Yes, I mean the figure she really put that figure eight. That was a WrestleMania size figure eight.
She was on
And-
one hand. She was like,
Yeah, which is very rarely she does that. Very rarely she does that, and the match was very emotional all around because like everybody was like would this be the time where Asuka gets her streak defeated, or will this be the crowning moment where Asuka just like still remains undefeated at a WrestleMania and takes it all? And it was a really great match, and it was like my hats off to both ladies, even though Asuka's my absolute favorite.
Asuka is
And-
wonderful. Kanako Urai.
And was that?
Oh, that was her. I guess that was supposed to be her real name.
Oh,
In Japan, she was known as Kana, but I believe her name was, or her full name was Kanako Urai.
yes.
Whatever. It's not important.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fact of the matter is she's awesome.
Well,
But
that's what we're
Charlotte
all
was
about
great
at Wrestling
today.
Prime is giving out some wrestling knowledge that background and everything like that. And you being a keen to Japan and
Mhm.
everything like that because you've
3 years.
yeah, you've been there for a few years and everything, and understanding the culture and everything like that. So that that shows for something.
Absolutely
So,
does. Absolutely does. My rating of this, I definitely give this
So yeah,
match.
Charlotte Flair won the match, by the way,
Yeah, she did.
and Asuka's streak ended at
Yeah.
WrestleMania, so that was a really huge match.
Charlotte was ready for Asuka, in Asuka's own words.
Yeah,
All right, I got to give this match 4.5 alarm clocks out of 5.
yeah, but we do eight.
Oh, you do 8?
Like A to F.
Oh, 8 to F. Okay.
The class grade.
I see.
Yeah.
See. Okay. All right. I can't make much jokes about that. Dang.
Yeah.
All right. All right. There goes my alarm clock thing. I was gonna pick
Good one.
I don't
King
know,
Kong.
side tables next.
Yeah.
The next match I was gonna do like 3 side tables out of 5. Then maybe like the next
Maybe
one
we'll
was
save
2
that for
windows out of
maybe we'll
5.
save that for Extreme Rules.
Okay. All right. So if we're doing a grading like that,
Yeah.
I'd say it was can't really say, it was an A. It was an A.
A solid
Not an A plus, but an A.
Yeah, it was a solid A.
Yeah.
Solid A right there. Not A plus, not A minus, but solid A. A. So, yeah, there you go, Fonzie. Remember when damn, see, I've been getting ransacked in the head a few times
It's fine,
with
it's fine.
with the wooden crates and shit like that. Oops. Oh, we'll let it slide that once.
Yeah.
It's a family show. Um, CK Leo.
Yes,
Yeah, another wrestling prime legend. Um, he always used to call you Fonzie because you always came out with the leather jacket.
that's true. I did, and I also had shorter hair then, which
Yeah,
I am actually going to go back to shorter hair. I'm going to shave
thank
my hair
God.
very soon.
Yeah, thank God he got rid of that mullet though.
Right. Oh,
I don't know what the hell were you thinking on that one.
why you got to insult the mullet? Why you got to insult the mullet? Yeah, it was
I'm
terrible.
sorry if I broke your heart, your achy breaky heart.
I just don't think it understand.
Remember that Illusions where you did that video?
Oh yeah,
The
I remember
vignette
that.
on your show.
I'm actually going to put that up very soon. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, my company, Pete and Chris Amusements, I'm be putting up that that mullet episode, that those bits of the mullet episode, the
Yes.
mullet saga, as it were, up on our YouTube
Very,
channel,
very classic. Very classic.
edited for family friendliness.
Yes. And it was fun. And you know that bar's not there anymore?
I heard. We're old as fuck. Man. Oh,
The world is fun. The world is fun. Funny.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, like 21 minutes and then you drop the F-bomb.
I can't believe this.
But I fixed it.
Okay. Fix it in post.
No, I'll just post it as it is.
Oh, dagnabbit.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, indeed. Maybe you can put on the thing, one swear.
Yeah, probably.
Family friendly, but one swear.
But actually, you can't, you actually stopped yourself and I fixed it.
Oh, there you go.
You know, I said it was fun. I helped you out there. I was like, funny.
Yeah. Well,
So, we're good.
yep. As he's about to talk about, like this whole night was filled with like multiple person matches.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Cutting promos all over the place. This is what happens when I throw a WrestleMania party. This is what
Indeed.
happens.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I remember that
Kai and Tai.
because I'm older.
So here we go. Next match, WWE US Championship Fatal 4-Way. A lot of fatal, like this was like another non-single match. It was like more group matches.
Oh, yeah.
Fatal 4-Way. Bobby Roode in his first WrestleMania match
Roode.
against Rusev Day. And I'm glad you put your sneakers on because your feet were kicking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Thank
That's
God
right.
there's no smell-o-vision on YouTube.
Thank God they never came up with that.
Yeah, I'm only kidding about the feet, by the way.
Technology is scary.
Yes, it is. Bobby Roode, first WrestleMania match against Rusev, along with who was with Aiden English, who was calling him out. Jinder Mahal, and with Sunil Singh, and also champion Randy Orton.
He happened to be involved.
Yes, it was a very good match. Very
Yes.
good match, by the way. I mean, not as good. You know, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was solid, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, and honestly, I'm kind of biased against Randy Orton matches to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him since the beginning of his career in WWE. He's had its moments, but I
Yeah.
just never really liked him.
yeah. And you know, the crowd was more into Rusev than anything with the
Of course.
Rusev Day chants and everything, and you know, Rusev could have won that. You know, should have won that one in my opinion. But the winner of that match was, of course, Jinder Mahal, who is now the United States champion,
Mhm.
and they were more, but the match could have been more, but the fans
Yeah.
were more into the, you know, the Rusev Day chants and everything
Yep.
like that.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So what do you give this? What do you
I'd give it a C.
Yeah.
A C. It was
Yeah,
a decent enough match, but I mean, it didn't turn me off.
No, it didn't.
It did
It
not.
didn't.
Like, I mean, straight C in
Yeah.
my book. Straight C.
Yeah, it was.
It didn't turn
Solid-
me off, but it didn't excite me either.
Yeah, it could have been
Yeah.
It could have delivered more.
And I like
It's like
guys
not
like Bobby
saying
Roode.
that all 4 guys didn't deliver. They
did the best they could.
Yeah, it was just that
Fatal 4 was a hard match to pull off.
The fans were completely biased with one guy, and that was Rusev.
Yeah,
was the Rusev, with the Rusev Day chants and everything, and it just like it turned away.
Yeah, but I've been noticing Bobby Roode's stock kind of falling lately as far as crowd reactions.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody was down with the song. In fact, I love
they're still into the song.
Oh, sure,
they're still into the song.
But in comparison to later on in the night when you heard people sing along to Nakamura's song, not even close. Like people were singing way louder to Nakamura's song than to Glorious.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that match
absolutely
shortly when we get to it. And then of course the video package for the next match, the mixed tag match, which was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon versus Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. And this match was another match that I was really looking forward to see.
I was too. I was looking forward to it, but I was also very cautious because Ronda Rousey's appearances on Raw have been meh at best.
Though, with her promos, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, her talking is never really good. Her facial expressions have always been very good.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting what we got, and oh my God, did we get something?
Yes.
A friend of mine
was a classic match. This was by bar none.
Oh,
a classic Wrestle Mania.
Oh my
match.
God! Oh my God! Like a friend of mine said, and I think it's perfect. They really over delivered in this match.
Yes, they did.
Oh
Big
my
shout
God!
out to our good friend Nate.
They waited till they used suspense. They waited for Ron to come in. They teased her coming in, but there was always some sort of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Finally, when she got tagged in, and she showed some moves, and they were really impressive. I'm like, oh my God!
Yeah. And
she's good.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact about that. She was training countless hours at the Performance Center.
It shows. It really shows.
Time, and and the trainers there were impressed with what she was delivering in there and everything, and we're gonna see a belt on her very, very soon.
Right, and
we really are.
And I also got to give props to Kurt Angle is a little slow, but he's injured. He's not a spring chicken anymore. Exactly. Triple H was looking pretty good, and I don't normally consider myself an H fan.
Yeah, I know,
but I certainly would have never considered myself a Stephanie fan, but Stephanie did pretty well.
Pretty well.
And here's the thing I usually don't like about Stephanie. I never understood the idea of a heel authority figure, but also being the babyface head of the company. It never meshed. If you're a heel authority figure, you should be a heel head of the company, like in public relations. But then again, I'm an old-fashioned man. I like my kayfabe, so I don't know.
But it is best for business.
Your chicken wings are best for business.
You're damn right they are.
But yeah, Ronda was amazing.
Yes.
What
about what about her entrance gear? That's like.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up because being a family-friendly show and all.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
you
just
almost dropped the F-bomb.
Okay, fine, but
and I did do a poop shoot. So,
well, I will say this. Let's just say it was not hard to look at all.
No, it did not.
In fact, even throughout the match, there were certain great camera angles, and I applaud the WWE's crack camera angle team, making sure that they got the best angles. But let me tell you.
And not Kurt?
No, definitely not Kurt. Definitely not Kurt. But those shorts were riding up on Ronda a little bit. But she came across as a huge, bad arse. I swear, she's at the point when she took on Triple H.
She does have a bad arse.
God!
Yeah, that definitely deserves an oh my God moment.
Indeed. Oh my God!
Yeah, you actually doing a lot better than that. Why are you holding back?
Oh my God!
There you go,
Okay.
Joey. There you go. Got the styles. But yeah, very.
Styles.
It was a very good match.
Oh
Very
yeah.
very good. Um, very dramatic. But that one moment there when Triple H went face to face with Ronda Rousey and she just like wailed onto him and everything like that. I was like, I actually thought that was like a scene from Kill Bill where the bride was going after Bill with the with the death,
Yep, the death touch. Yeah,
yeah, the touch of death and everything.
yeah, yeah.
It's like she went to every part of the body, and I thought he was going to collapse right then and there. I literally thought so. I was like, and she did almost similar to Stephanie McMahon too, but she got her in the gut too.
Ronda came out looking like $1,000,000.
Yes, she did.
I give this match an A plus.
Absolutely. That and of course Kurt Angle and Ronda won that match,
Yep.
and it was it was technically a match to watch, and
Right.
of course the one that we saw there, of course, Dana White just happened to be there as well too, UFC promoter. We'll talk about him in just later on. And it was like it was a really great match, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next for the chapter of Ronda Rousey and everything, and definitely looking forward to it.
Yes,
And it was like a plus match,
indeed.
definitely. Up next, the SmackDown Tag Champions triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of single matches, as I said.
Nope.
The Usos being the champions against the New Day and the Bulgin Brothers.
The Bulgin Brothers?
Yeah,
I think you mean the Bludgeon Brothers.
the blood. Yeah, oh yeah, the
That's
Okay.
a different thing that's not family
Okay.
friendly.
yeah, I know the Bulgin. Yeah, the Bulgin.
Look, I don't know where your eyes were at, but
No. Well, thank
you know,
God
to each his own.
Well, thank God that Big Dick Johnson wasn't there. So that's probably the reason why. Remember him?
Oh, wow, how can I forget? How can I forget that chubby little guy?
Yes.
I've actually heard interviews with him, and he was a writer actually,
Yes.
and
absolutely.
he was around during some crazy times apparently.
Yeah.
I mean,
This was post Attitude Era.
yes.
This was during the
coasting era.
this
The
was,
coasting.
no, this was more the Ruthless Aggression era
Yeah, I suppose so.
when DX came back.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, good match. They had midgets coming out with dressed up in pancakes, especially that one doing the worm.
Uh-huh.
Nice nostalgic feeling there.
They were throwing pancakes out to the crowd too.
Yes.
Them midgets.
Yes, exactly. It's WrestleMania. Don't want to go to the concession stand with a atmosphere like that. So it was nice that get some free pancakes.
Like, let me just say something about this whole like this show was not a show if you're a super PC person.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a pretty libby lib, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, and besides, the whole thing about midgets preferring to be called little people. Look, maybe if that might be the case,
Yeah.
but
you're
honestly, I find that a much more offensive word than midget,
right. Yeah.
because by little people, you're making them sound like less than people. At least midget
Yeah.
is a description. Little people, to me,
Yeah.
belittles the person.
Yeah.
But
And
they were dressed as pancakes, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
coming up short and everything like that. So.
Well, at least you didn't make a short stack joke.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, thank God for that. But it was a little bit out there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, I think little myself anyway. So
Oh,
because I'm always high and mighty,
gosh. Eh.
minus the high.
Oh, sorry, I just scratched you.
No, you
What-
didn't scratch me, but you were just like grazing the surface.
I prefer to think I accidentally scratched you.
Okay.
All right. Because that was not intentional. I
Yeah,
was
I
not
know.
meaning to be sensual in any way.
Yeah. Even though you just did a.
It worked. It worked. You got Xbox. I used to think that was
Not
a pizza box.
Xbox, it's X Block.
That's right, Xbox.
X Block.
Oh, okay. Pardon me.
Block. There's no X. There's only X in the beginning of the name.
All right.
Should I remind you again?
Maybe a little bit. Give this noggin a flogging.
So, the match was really great. Actually, it was okay.
Yeah. Again, a very okay match.
You know, it was all right.
Yeah.
And everything can't.
I would give this kind of a B plus. To be honest with you.
I don't know. I don't know. This match is more of a C plus at best.
Okay. All right. I give it a B plus. You give it a C plus. Then.
Yeah. So it's like different opinion there, and it's like
yeah.
I wasn't really in tune with this match. It was like
No.
I mean, no offense to the New Day.
No.
I mean, I love seeing the New Day, and I have not tried the Bootio cereal.
Midgets with pancake suits. Come on.
Exactly. It was like that kind of one. Actually, you know what? B minus. I'm giving it a B minus.
Wow, that's a big jump from C.
Yeah, because I forgot the the short stacks, and
so that brought it down for you.
No, it's a B minus.
It's because a B minus, but that's your initial grade was C plus.
Yeah, it was a C plus, so now it's a B minus.
Oh, that's right. Okay, then I got to change my grade. Not a
Jesus.
B plus. I'll have to agree with him. C.
Yeah.
You said B minus.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go for. Yeah, I'll stick with C plus. That's nice in the middle.
Yeah. There you go.
I forgot which direction these things go. The best thing was an F.
Yeah. For flapjack. But yeah, the new day right there. The New Day is always very entertaining. And,
they are.
So yeah, I'm giving the official grade for that one is going to be a B minus. So absolutely. Then next, John Cena came out.
And this was an interesting thing. We
Yeah.
saw this first at the end of the Charlotte Asuka match where
I forgot to mention that.
where apparently I guess John Cena left his phone in the locker room because a referee came running down the aisle into the crowd where John Cena was sitting. And we knew John Cena was there the whole time because they kept cutting to him.
Yeah.
And the ref comes and talks to him. John Cena's like, "Oh, really? Are you serious?" And then he goes out and runs to the back and and I assume gets ready for his match.
Yes, absolutely. And John Cena comes out in his gear and everything. Referee's in the ring. And second referee comes down, talks to Cena, and Cena didn't appear to be happy with that. Thinking that the Undertaker wasn't going to show up and maybe later on in the show or something like that.
Right. Yeah, because first he got excited, and then later on when this match started, the referee came in and, as you said, told him the bad news.
Yeah. And it would have been more funny. It would have been a lot funnier if we had a surprise appearance by Wade Barrett.
Sure.
And that would have been funny. It's like Jones, and like he comes out with the gavel and everything. It's like, if you thought you were going to face the Undertaker at Wrestle Mania, I'm afraid I got some bad news.
Well, guess what? There was bad
That
news.
would have been a lot funnier.
Absolutely.
That would have been a lot funnier. But instead, we were entertained by Elias with his guitar.
By his appearance, and the crowd could not be less interested.
Yes.
When it happened, they felt betrayed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But John Cena took care of that. Real
nice
quick.
And clean.
Gave him the hook.
Nice and clean.
With the AA. So
I prefer the old name.
Yeah, the FU.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, man, what are you saying that for? I got you to say it.
I didn't say it. I didn't. It's censored.
It's fine. It's late.
It's not like it's not like I said the whole thing where it was like.
Okay, fair enough.
See, I censor myself. And we're almost 40 minutes into the video. But yeah, and after he took out Elias and everything,
here's where I was getting excited.
He was like all mad and everything like that, and then all of a sudden, lights went out, and
That's right.
Undertaker chant comes up, and then all of a sudden his gear is in the middle of the ring.
Yep. And then we had some cartoonish lightning bolts come down, making a He-Man lightning sound effect, like like any like a lightning sound effect you would hear in any 80s cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much.
In this day and age of YouTube and sound effects being freely available for
Actually,
everyone.
it must have came out of WCW's old sound bites, because they used that a lot when the Dungeon of Doom.
That's true. That's true. They were very much that kind of studio to do that.
Yeah.
And so, me personally, my story of this match, I was excited. I was enjoying myself for WrestleMania up to this point.
Yes.
And because I was looking forward to Biker Taker.
Yeah.
I really wanted that to happen. I really did. I always enjoyed the Biker Taker gimmick. Yeah. Obviously, I know you weren't a big fan of it.
It's not that I wasn't a big fan of it. It's just the fact that it just didn't fit the Undertaker's persona.
Well, of course, because it's not going to fit a dead man.
Because when you think of the Undertaker, you think of immortal and the phenom and everything like that. But with Biker Taker, you made him more human.
Right, but see, that's the thing. What you don't like about that, I like.
Yeah,
because I like.
But don't get me wrong, the presentation was perfect.
Sure.
And everything like that.
Sure.
But it just
Booger Red.
Yeah, it just humanized somebody that we grew up knowing as like a dead man. He was like he couldn't kill what's already dead and everything.
Right. And that makes sense, and I see your point. My thing was like, oh man, we're finally getting the guy behind it. They could have had him use his regular name during that time. That would have made more sense.
But then again, that would have killed the Undertaker gimmick.
Well, they could have.
If they went with Mark Calloway,
because they brought it back.
Yeah,
and it was fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Nope.
You had the clothes in the middle of the ring, and then the lightning thing happened. I was like, oh no. Okay, and I was like, okay, maybe they're eliminating the clothes so that he'll be Biker Taker.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the bongs hit, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna happen. And then he comes out.
Yeah, you were thinking of rolling.
I was thinking rolling. And yes.
But I reminded you about how Limp Bizkit is banned from WWE after flipping the bird at SummerSlam.
So long story short, it was standard Undertaker, which the fans were okay with.
Yeah.
You were certainly okay with. Your mom was okay with. And
let's put it that way. She was more than okay. She was just like, oh, my baby's back.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, she melts whenever the Undertaker's around there.
But that, for me, that kind of like, that's when I stopped being real excited during this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped being real excited, when that ended up not being the case. It's kind of like, it took the wind out of my sails. But it was an okay match. It was a very short match.
Yeah, just pretty much basically like Undertaker just pretty much like dominated John Cena.
It was as if it was like an old primetime wrestling match from 1991.
Yeah.
With the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Basically going against some guy who's not a jobber, and who sometimes gives offense but ultimately loses. That's what John Cena looked like. He looked like I guess they call it jobber to the stars.
Virgil?
Like a Virgil, like a Coco Beware, like a
Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah, you're
WrestleMania
right.
7.
Yeah. Jimmy Snuka was
that's
that
what
kind
that
of
match. That's what that match reminded me of.
Yeah,
Jimmy Snuka at WrestleMania 7.
I'm sure it was short because the Undertaker is, in his age, is somewhat limited.
Yes,
but it was short. It was sweet. It did what its job was. In fact, I would personally rate it a little higher than I was thinking. Now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah,
it's one of those things I'll probably appreciate not being in the moment of the show if I just watch the match by itself. I don't know about you, but I would give that a B-, actually. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing really wrong with it. Just kind of took the wind out of my sails.
No, it was a B-. It's like the promos leading up to that was also pretty good because John Cena was like acting like a heel.
Yep.
In this sort of thing, just taunting the Undertaker, just like talking trash to the Undertaker and everything like
Indeed.
that. So that was like a classic heel versus face match, and so yeah, B minus absolutely, but
Yeah,
could have been a lot better. But
could have been.
but at the same time, still a very good match.
Mm.
And Undertaker, the right person won,
Yeah,
and that was the Undertaker.
it was fun. It was fun seeing him win.
Yes, it's always fun seeing him win.
Well, I mean,
And
that's
like-
true, except against Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Well, the thing about that match at 30, Undertaker was supposed to win that match.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was supposed to win that match, but unfortunately, Brock Lesnar was very stiff
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and
Knocked him for a loop a bit.
Brock Lesnar pretty much dominated that match. It was like
Yeah.
a one-sided match, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, forget it.
Yeah, Taker was pretty much out on his feet.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they showed they did the vignette of the class of 2018 Hall of Fame. Yeah, pretty much. And so they showed highlights from the ceremony. If you haven't watched it, it's actually pretty good. But be prepared. You're in for a really long night.
Apparently, it's a long haul.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like 4.5 hours, I believe.
Mm.
4 hour, 4.5. But so there were some good moments. I loved Ivory, with her induction speech. It was like my favorite, and really nice, classic, and the Warrior Award, the recipient of that was actually really cool. Jarius J.J. Robertson. He was hilarious. I mean, he cut a nice promo on John Cena and The Miz, so that was really funny.
I didn't see it, so I'll have to see it later.
Yeah. Spoilers if those who haven't watched it. But it was good, and then they had Bill Goldberg coming out last, and it scared me when they did his traditional pyro, because I was scared, because one thing in my mind is like, was his suit flame retardant?
Yep.
And
I was kind of wondering that.
It was like, are we gonna see him spontaneously combust at WrestleMania?
Oh gosh, I hope not.
I was like,
no, that didn't happen.
I know that would have been a WrestleMania.
Don't worry about that. Here's
Something about shoulders.
I think what I need to do is let the audience know what exactly it is that I'm, kind of messing around with here. All right, look at this. La 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 la. Oh, that's too bright.
Yeah, Rainbow.
Oh, that is still too bright.
Yeah.
Dag nabbit. All right, how about this?
Yeah,
How about this camera? Is this good camera?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'm having trouble. That's disgusting.
Yeah, he's puking rainbows right over here.
Yep.
It's like, where was that when you were talking about Finn Balor?
Oh, I don't know, but it sounds like a rainbow in the dark.
I don't get that reference.
I don't understand my own reference.
Yeah, I don't either. It's like, but anywho,
Yep.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, we actually had our own Wrestling Prime Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And we had there was a nice list. I did not bring that up in the predictions episode, and I should have. So that's my fault. Goes as follows: Joel Gertner, big fan of Wrestling Prime. He used to call up all the time during the show. And of course, Waterbury native.
Mr. Waterbury.
No, Peter Polacco.
Oh, okay. Just incredible.
Yes,
The man who unfortunately was not able to get on my show long time ago. I honestly, I don't know why he kind of. I don't want to say he flaked out. Like he gave me a reason, and I've never mentioned what it was to anybody, and I'm still not going to.
Yes.
And look, it could be true, and he was very nice about it. It's just like, my first interview on my old show, Shockwave, and he's not able to make it. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to say he flaked out because I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what the reason was because I don't want to be one of those guys that just spreads rumors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even if it happened in 1999.
Yes.
But didn't get my interview. So
Yeah. And also another
Not happy.
Waterbury native, Bull Dread.
ah,
Yes. Yes. He
Bull
he,
Dread.
he appeared a lot of times during Mr. Speedo show.
Ah,
Big shout out to our good friend Mr. Speedo.
yes, indeed.
And I always missed the opportunity to meet him in person. At the time, he was always on those shows, but yeah, he one of the one of those guys I wish we known back then too.
True. True.
And everything. It's like we would have definitely put him over, and of course, one of our own Wrestling Prime legends, the main guy who's definitely tailor made for for a Hall of Fame like this, and it's our own Dan the Man. So
If you're seeing this somehow, Dan, and I know you're off the grid, if
yes,
somehow you're seeing this, man,
yes, definitely.
I would love to hang out with you again.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. The only video that we've done was when I did the wing challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings, which you can see on my YouTube channel, which is Tom Dog versus Wings.
I was actually there.
Yeah, you were doing commentary.
Yes, I was.
Yes, you were.
I haven't seen it in a while. I'll have to look at it.
Yes, and so yeah, that's our list for this year's Wrestling Prime Hall of Fame.
Indeed.
So we'll talk. When next year rolls around, we'll announce who's going to be in that year's Hall of Fame. So
Indeed.
yes, absolutely. So
And now back to WrestleMania.
yes, absolutely. And we're only 52 minutes in the video.
Indeed.
Indeed. All right, up next, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on Shane McMahon in the long-awaited return to the ring. In another WrestleMania moment, Daniel Bryan.
D-Bry.
Yes, and the stipulation in this match: if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win the match, they are reinstated to SmackDown. If not, then they are fired. Or, in a certain president's voice, you're fired.
That was good.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
was really good.
Actually, it wasn't. I know I can do better.
Well, you know what?
And I know that he can also do better. But you know what? He didn't get the job done. So, Tom Dog, you're fired. There you go. See?
That was good, man. That
Yes,
was good.
absolutely. So,
I was trying to imitate his hand motions, like.
well, you don't have baby fingers. You don't have baby hands. You have sausage fingers. Me, on the other hand, I have girlish features.
I used to have those.
Yes.
Hopefully, sausage fingers aren't indicative of a heart condition.
No. You're actually, those are more like Slim Jims. You have like the bigger ones, the bigger Slim Jims.
Oh, yeah.
Mine are more like the pixie sticks.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This match was like right off the bat, they tease a Daniel Bryan injury, which
Yes.
I'm like, oh, come on. And I'm still like, my wind has been taken out of my sails from the previous disappointment.
Yeah.
So my heart wasn't totally into it, but like logically, seeing the match, it was very interesting.
Absolutely. It was a good match. It was still a good match though, and it was nice to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring and doing what he does. It didn't see like he was showing any sign of ring rust.
No, not
in
at all.
This match. So
Looked very good, and he didn't seem to. He was still the same, high risk Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Like 75 miles an hour in the air, like boom with his knee.
And then of course, his traditional signature moves like the the running knees and the the kicks to the chest.
Oh yeah,
You know,
all of that came through. If you love that stuff, it's in there.
Yeah, those were on point in this match, and it was it was a pretty decent match. Not a four, not really a 4 star match. So what do you grade this? What do you grade this match?
Good question.
And Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon won the match, by the way. So
yeah. I would call it a B plus. Definitely a B plus because people have been waiting for this, and he looked very good.
Yeah.
And they teased a little suspense in the beginning about his injury.
B plus at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. That would be the cap for that one.
Yeah. Because it's what's best for business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely a B plus match, and definitely perfect. Then they announced, of course, the attendance at the Superdome. Mm-hmm. Superdome, Hogan. Superdome.
Which, by the way, they showed Hogan a lot in some video packages and in the intro.
Yeah.
Which made me think maybe we might be able to get to see him again, but it did not happen.
They're teasing a lot. They mentioned they've been even at the Hall of Fame. They were talking about Hogan a lot, especially when when a lot of the guys that were working with Hogan, especially Bill Goldberg. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, we all know what happened in Georgia that fateful night with the largest crowd, on a live Monday broadcast.
Yes. Which was I've watched that match since then in college a bunch of times.
Yeah, highest rated Nitro.
It was good, very good,
very good.
Look, I know people like to crap on Hogan, and that's fine. He did a lot more in Japan, but in the U.S. he was kind of like punchy, kicky. But that's fine. That's what he did. What was good about Hogan was his ability to get the crowd behind him.
Absolutely.
And or against him in the case of that Bill Goldberg match.
Yes.
And Hogan is a master of that kind of stuff.
Yes. And but yeah, the attendance figures, which was funny because Michael Cole was saying 77,000. He was wrong. The official attendance record stands at 78,133.
I think that's the number they gave, actually.
Yeah, but no, Michael Cole was saying 77 fans are on their feet because of Daniel Bryan and everything.
Speaking of Michael Cole, let me tell you, his hair was so gray he looked like he was 77.
Well, at least it's better than having those frosted tips that he once had, remember?
That was a thing everybody
during
did.
the Attitude Era.
Oh my God, that stuff was so prevalent then. Everybody in high school had their hair like that.
Well, I'm guilty of that too because I had that post Attitude Era.
Ah.
In a way. Actually, no. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was post Attitude Era. There was a hairdresser right next door to the studio,
mm-hmm.
and she was really cool. Not that bad looking too for a MILF. And anyways, she was actually pretty cute and everything. And but yeah, absolutely. She frosted my tips and everything like that. Indeed. It was actually really cool. So, but that's a story altogether for another time. Maybe we'll save that for Channel X.
Indeed.
Because that actually was Channel X when I did that. That. So, so it was a lot of fun. Anywho, here we go. Up next, the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss with Mickie James taking on Nia Jax.
I unfortunately had to take a bathroom break during this match.
Yeah, you did.
But I will say this about the lead up because honestly, I'll tell you, I don't watch a lot of Raw because it's too long. It's just too long, and
yeah, they need to go back to 2 hours.
Oh my God, do they ever? But it just doesn't make sense to me that Mickie James would be on the side of Alexa Bliss when Alexa Bliss is making fun of Nia Jax's weight,
mm-hmm.
and Mickie James is chuckling along when it wasn't that long ago. In fact, I think it was like 2011. If I'm not mistaken, 2010 or 2011,
yeah,
when she was getting made fun of by a group of heels being called Piggy James.
Well, Trish Stratus was doing the fat shaming towards.
Really, I thought it was like no, I think it was more It was more. No, I don't think Trish Stratus. I don't remember Trish Stratus doing any fat shaming.
Oh wait, no.
It was
no, it was like
that British chick, with kind of bob hair, with a bob haircut. Gosh, what's her name? She was around for a while after this.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And no, it's not Paige.
No, I forgot what it was.
No,
I forgot what her name was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a tag team making fun of Mickey James, calling her Piggy James.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make sense for her character.
I thought it was like Cool that did that.
Hmm.
I thought it was like Cool that did that. Did the fat shaming to Mickey James.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. Look, whatever. It's part of the story. It's part of the drama. Whatever.
Well, anyways,
but
the video.
My point.
All that footage is up on the WWE Network. So
yes.
So if you have not yet subscribed to it.
My point about that is it just doesn't make sense for her character, having experienced that, to also join in with Alexa Bliss in doing the same to Nia Jax.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's intellectually inconsistent.
Yes. Yes. But Nia Jax is not that bad looking.
She's not wrong with her at all. Nothing wrong with her at all.
No.
And I don't, for the longest time, I never considered myself someone who was into that body type. But
you
as I
were
get
into
older,
that whole fat chicks and party hats.
That was a comedy site that made fun of me. Look, so I was, like I said before, I was a jerk when I was younger.
Yes.
And, but as you get older, you realize it doesn't really matter.
But we can't agree about a certain someone.
About a certain someone, certainly. Certainly. Like, let's see, it begins with a B, ends in Hemoth.
Mm-hmm.
It's fast. Look, I was a jerk back then, okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
He was young and needed the money.
Still do.
Yeah, we all do.
Please give me money.
Yes.
Huss. Huss. Huss.
They're not going to understand that reference.
Oh, well, maybe some of them will. Maybe someone will. We're living in the age where all this stuff is available right now. Anybody can look up and find out that the Berserker existed.
Yeah.
WrestleCrap is a thing, and he was prominently noted on the WrestleCrap website.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a chance.
Yeah, it is a possibility.
Whereas there wasn't a chance when we were growing up of knowing about that kind of stuff unless you were a hardcore geek about it.
Yes, exactly.
Right. But now there's a chance that somebody might know about it with all these wrestling shows that give lists of top 10 worst gimmicks or top 10 this and top
I don't
10
really
that.
consider Berserker a bad gimmick.
Some people do because
he actually was kind of over because he once fought the Undertaker and almost killed the Undertaker.
That's right. I remember the sword was sticking up in the ring. I remember that.
So
that was vicious, and he usually beat his opponents by throwing them outside of the ring.
Yeah, picking them up and throwing them out of the ring, and which made Bobby Heenan very nervous at the time. Royal Rumble came out when Ric Flair was number 3.
Yep. Oh yeah, got to be fair to Flair.
Yes, exactly. And especially we were all fair to Flair in that little match there with Asuka.
Absolutely. So what exactly happened when Alexa Bliss championed with Mickey James took on Nia Jax?
Yes, I'm going off base here and everything like that because I'm kind of focused on Nia Jax because she's a hottie and I have a ring crush. I have like a little schoolgirl crush on her.
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no.
You should see the getup that she was wearing. I was like,
It was showy. It was definitely more showy than her usual leotard.
Absolutely.
It was interestingly showy, very interestingly showy, and I'm intrigued to see if it continues or if it's just a WrestleMania one-off.
But yeah, Nia was actually really, was more dominant in this match. It was like, it was good, it was a pretty good match, and Alexa Bliss sold herself of being dramatic, and showing with the facial expressions and everything, just like being absolutely afraid of this.
Who do you think had better facial expressions? Obviously, they were doing different emotions. Alexa Bliss or Ronda Rousey?
Stephanie McMahon.
McMahon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going outside the two choices.
Yeah, because of the fact that there was that one scene where Stephanie was being Stephanie, as Stephanie always is. And especially when she got into that mean look and everything, she looked creepy. She
Okay.
looked really scary. And if you were to
Yes.
do like a scary slow-mo of that, and just like with that facial expression, like it was the same expression when they did the storyline where Triple H found out that she was lying, faking pregnancy to get to to marry him again and everything.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
and then when he threw her down and everything and did a wardrobe malfunction if you're lucky enough to catch it, and that facial expression where she was like, and like the saliva come like right there, when she opened up her mouth, it was like that,
The line
the
of spit that you get, little string of
yeah,
spit string.
yeah,
Which,
she was creepy, and then she had that same facial expression minus the mucus string, um, and she was just like terrifying, but Ronda Rousey actually did pretty good because it looked like her eyes were changing tone too because it didn't look human when the cameras were on her when like near the end.
Yeah, well, I will say this about Rousey. I enjoyed her facial expressions. I gotta be clear to say that. I could say something else that means the same thing to me, but someone else might take it differently. Uh, Basically, I enjoyed Rhonda's facial expressions, and I thought she looked pretty scary herself.
Yeah.
But Alexa Bliss also, as you said, looked very good being scared.
Yes. And but Nia Jax, my good friend Marissa, she she actually made a good point about when Nia Jax came out, and she was serious. I mean, she she meant business.
Indeed.
She absolutely did, and so yeah, kudos to my good friend Marissa. Shout out to the Channel X Hall of Famer. Um, and so Nia Jax just pretty much was pretty much dominant the whole match and everything. So I give I pretty much which which basically was something I predicted because of the fact I didn't predict it on the show when I did the first episode there. Um, but I brought up Alexa Bliss if the situation where she were to fight if Asuka were to fight not Nia Jax but Alexa Bliss for the title at WrestleMania. It would have been one-sided and Asuka would have won. And the same thing was said here, and Nia Jax was mostly dominant in this match, and it was like one of those it was one of those classic matches that we brought up, like with the Undertaker. Um, Nia Jax was pretty much dominant throughout the whole match, and I give this match a a B minus.
Okay.
B minus. It's like um, it was decent. It was not horrible. It was actually pretty good.
I was in the bathroom. I can't rate it.
Yeah,
I saw the finish though. It was a good finish.
yeah, very very good finish, and I'm glad that Nia Jax won that match. So congratulations to her.
By the way, I overflowed your toilet. Just kidding.
Well, it's not my fault. Well, technically, it's kind of my fault because of those wings were amazing. But not like a few WrestleManias ago where I made something really made something really really spicy, and you were in the bathroom for hours on end, for a really long time when you got home, and you were just like, Tom, I don't know what the hell did you put in that sauce there, but you pretty much had me hovering over the toilet seat, but not as puking, but dropping deuces. I was taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, and it was like you made like this chocolate milkshake, but not with chocolates, but with the X-Lax chocolates.
I think people will understand.
Yes.
If you can leave it at chocolate milkshake, I think people will understand. that I forgot to bring my Cinco D pants.
Yes.
And so I could not stay out here
Yes.
and continue because I forgot that I was not wearing the pants that can catch
Yes.
the liquid excretions as they fall, so I could still continue watching the WrestleMania.
But always remember, folks, that Finkel matters.
That's right. That's right.
All right, moving on. We're heading up towards the end of the WrestleMania. Okay. Is the WWE Championship match. AJ Styles, champion, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke. Shinsuke-san. Konnichiwa. Shibaraku desu ne. O genki desu ka? Mama. All I said was like, hello, Mr. Shinsuke. How are you doing? Not so good.
But yeah, what is there to say about this match? And I brought this up in the predictions episode about how classic this match was, and the chemistry that they have with each other in Japan.
Long time.
Yes,
long time they've been feuding with each other.
Yeah, many battles that they have.
Right, which made for a very surprising ending, which we'll get to.
Yes, very good match. It was like, very classic.
Oh my gosh, I'm burping so much.
It's like, it's the soda you've been drinking.
I've been drinking like 3 cans of your soda. I'm like drank almost all your soda.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, it was still
soon.
It's still a very good match, and was like, for those who never see these two fight in Japan, you gotta see it. You definitely gotta see it. And,
brutal matches.
And I know you've seen them,
of course.
And
excellent,
especially when you were in Japan those years,
and
everything. And absolutely, definitely, it was like, I actually want to go back now and actually want to watch these matches. I actually do. And it was actually really good.
Quite good.
Yes, very good match. The finish was good. The finish was really good. Shocking.
Yes.
Shocking to say. Definitely. And got the Styles Clash in there and won. And retained the belt.
Indeed. But we saw.
We'll let you handle the ending of that.
Thank you.
Like the end of that.
We saw Mr. Shinsuke go help his friend up.
Embracing. First.
We thought it was your typical WrestleMania. Let's be good friends.
Hug it out.
We saw with Charlotte and Asuka before.
Yeah.
But then Shinsuke raises his arms and forcefully hits AJ's beanbags.
Yeah, his phenomenals. His phenomenal ones.
Probably cracked some. I wonder if testes is a word that one can say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cracked his testes wide open.
The grapefruits, The
grapefruits.
Left him half a man that you became.
Oh, way more.
Yes. The whole one.
Yep. Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, in Wrestling Prime, I had a gimmick where I was in a car accident.
Yes.
Which killed my sister and left me.
No, it didn't kill your sister. It just cracked. It ruined.
Well, it definitely did that. But I could have
ruined
sworn
her uterus, and me being the perverted one that I was like, don't worry, I'll take care of your sister, and fix her up, and
that's how you remember it.
Yeah, those were good. Those were good promos.
Okay,
those were really good promos, and we never had that singles match. We never did.
That's true.
All that build up for nothing. All that build up, and I was like, oh, they're finally gonna fight. They're finally gonna fight. Instead, we had a tag team match with you and Dan and my father.
Which led to an injury angle, which led nowhere.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. But
it was still a lot of
it
fun.
It was. So the point is, AJ gets knocked in the hoo-ha by Shinsuke, and Shinsuke is turned into an utter monster at this point. You wouldn't stop kicking him.
Yeah.
And those
It
kicks
brought
looked
back
vicious.
memories. It brought back memories when CK Leo was doing that to my back.
Yes, indeed. Blood out the ear. This was a bloody match.
Yeah, he kicked him into the temple.
Hmm.
Kicked him in the temple in that match.
Oh, the next match.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
But
gosh.
before we get to the next match, what did we grade that? We didn't even grade this match.
Oh, I gotta give that a solid A.
Yeah, absolutely.
A,
Very-
absolutely.
It brought everything that I expected.
There were no D's or F's on this show. Like
Not
the
at
lowest
WrestleMania.
something was a C.
Yeah,
Like,
not at WrestleMania. Not at WrestleMania.
some WrestleManias have bad matches. Some do, in my opinion.
Yeah, but but even though there's bad matches at WrestleMania, it's like they're really good.
It was fine.
Yeah.
This particular one was definitely fine.
Yeah. So, up next, the Raw Tag Team Champions were on the line as The Bar, which is Cesaro and Sheamus, was taking on Braun Strowman and a mystery partner of his choosing.
Hmm.
So, of course, The Bar showed up first and everything, and then Braun Strowman took the
It was like a parade float that came in with
there was
Mardi Gras
parade
or with
Yeah.
Mardi Gras, like people in costumes.
And then,
and stuff
then
like that.
Braun Strowman just pushed that off the stage. I don't know why.
Yeah, but it was
I
it
don't
was
know
for
why,
him to
but
be Mr. Strong Hulk Man, to show that before the match.
Brawny, the big tough.
He was
pal.
quite brawny.
He was like, he reminds me of a really big lumberjack,
Yes,
Like
he's
somebody-
definitely
like-
got that kind of
like
vibe.
like something that would make Paul Bunyan piss his pants.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'd say so.
Okay, there, buddy. Alrighty.
But of course, we're left with an interesting situation, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Brain Strowman.
Yeah.
He did not have a partner,
Yeah.
and instead of picking somebody from the locker room, he was like, "One of you guys in the audience is going to be it."
I would have loved to be his tag team
Oh
partner.
my god.
I would have loved there. It's like
Especially, considering how it turned out, how much
Yeah.
the other partner actually did.
But it was a 10-year-old child that he wound up picking.
That's right, a 10-year-old child named Nicholas, which
Yes.
I have this problem even during my shows. Sometimes I'll see a long-haired kid and assume it's a girl, especially if the facial features are somewhat feminine.
Yeah, we were fooled.
We
were
were.
all fooled because we all honestly like the
Yeah.
party here. We all actually thought it was a girl.
Keep in mind, we're old people. We still think of gender as being kind of binary when these days it's more fluid than according to some people than anything else. But yeah, I thought it was a little girl, but which would have been really interesting in its own right, like having this little girl there and this big man and a little girl. But no, it was a little boy, and that was fine. Name of Nicholas,
Yeah,
and Nicholas looked utterly terrified in the beginning.
I
shaking and all.
thought he was going to piss his pants right there in the ring.
I was like, God, I hope his parents are nearby.
Like when he got tagged in.
Oh yeah, he didn't know what to do. He walked in a little
I
bit, then
literally
he tagged back out.
Yeah, and then when Cesaro was giving him when he was giving him the little Stephanie McMahon stares, like the Stephanie McMahon growl and everything like that, I literally thought that Nicholas was going to have a WrestleMania moment where he pissed his pants.
Thankfully, that didn't happen.
Of course,
because he wasn't wearing
the
his D pants either.
yeah he was wearing the right color pants.
Yes, indeed. But it ended up being fine. Obviously, as you can tell,
Immediately
Braun Strowman-
tagged back in Braun Strowman.
That's right. Brawny man. He took care of everybody, and Nicholas is now one half of your tag team champions.
Yes,
I wonder how they're going to address this on Raw. Is Nicholas going to show up for Raw now? Is Nicholas a part of the roster now? Who knows what's going to happen? But now we have a tiny
well, we
little
can easily
kid.
say that we can have a youngest member of the WWE Hall of Fame if
True.
that ever happens.
True.
If that ever happens, if it ever came down to the point where he actually becomes, a future competitor in the future when he turns 18 or 19
Mhm.
and gets a shot at NXT. But yeah, look at the picture right here. It even shows
Yep.
it looks like a girl.
As terrified as he was in the beginning, he was so happy by the end. So happy. What made us think it must have been some sort of Make-A-Wish case.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought so too. So, I mean, if that's the case, then we throw all these jokes out the window.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pretty much.
And you know who had the best view in the entire audience?
Nicholas
did.
Yeah, he did. I mean, damn well.
But I got to tell you, his flagrant disregard for the rules of tag team wrestling had me going nuts. Never once did he grab onto the tag rope. Not once. That time that he tagged in, that should have been illegal. Should have been totally illegal. The referee didn't even go like this. What's going on, ref? Are your eyes open? He was tagged in. He was tagged in illegally. He should have been disqualified. Nicholas, you're a shame to our business. I'm just kidding. You're a good kid. Yeah. I'm sorry if I scared you, and I'm sure you're never ever gonna watch this.
Yeah, you made him piss his pants.
Sorry. Wear your D pants, kid.
Actually, no. I take that back. It's like, please don't bury us. All right, please don't get Braun after us and for the tag championships. Even though that would be a good match. I mean, bitter enemies, best of friends. Like the odd couple of Wrestling Prime.
I get where you're going at. Okay, because I thought you were talking about you and Braun.
No.
I was like, bitter enemies. Okay,
I don't know.
Maybe Braun. You fought him in a wrestling video game. Maybe that's why you're bitter enemies.
No.
No. Best of friends. I was like, huh?
But he is good. He is good on. I think I did see him in a couple of up, down videos.
Ah, okay.
I could be wrong. I haven't watched him, and I follow them on YouTube.
Braun looks like a cool guy.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I thought it was really cool. What do we even rate this match, anyways?
What can you rate it?
I mean, I really don't know. I don't want to give it a bad grade because of the fact that it was actually very entertaining.
Yep, I'm gonna go flat in the middle C. Flat in the middle C with this match. It was interesting enough that I didn't hate it, and it was an interesting gimmick, and it was done right. Obviously the kid wasn't going to do any 450 dives or any planchas or anything like that, though that would have been cool.
That would have been funny as hell.
Absolutely. But that didn't happen, so I say flat in the middle. Like I said before, I don't think anything on the show is a D or an F.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I'd say just flat C because it did what it was set out to do.
I'm gonna give it a higher grade. I am. I actually was entertained in this match.
Wow.
It was actually really good. I mean, Braun Strowman is actually a really cool competitor and everything like that. And I would have rather have him see him go after Brock Lesnar for the for the belt than the tag titles.
Yep.
But I actually enjoyed this match, and the thought that with him being a big scary guy, being this big giant of a scary guy.
That's right.
Like scarier than Big Show.
Wait, are you talking about Nicholas?
No, I'm talking about Braun. I'm talking about Braun.
All right.
And then he picks a child out of 78,000 people.
Yep.
He goes and picks Nicholas, a 10-year-old kid. And
yep. Can't weigh.
This guy was like,
it's like he probably didn't weigh like 50 pounds soaking wet,
Yeah. And it was I thought it was adorable. So I thought it was really cool. And
okay.
Maybe that there is a Make-A-Wish
I'm jaded
thing.
I'm a jaded man.
Yes. And I'm going to get in, and I'm an emotional guy and everything like that. So it was very emotional. So I'm going to give this match a B+.
Okay.
A B+. It was actually very enjoyable to watch. And I had the match was really great. And, Sheamus and Cesaro actually sold themselves really well. And the fact, it probably would have been a lot lower if Nicholas did some moves.
Sure.
It probably would have been like a C-.
Okay.
Or D+.
Okay.
At that point, but the fact that it didn't go that route, and the fact that he just that Cesaro just gave him like this evil look, like he was about to like to devour him, and it's like, I'm gonna eat you, and it's just like, giving that demonic face, and just like, and then Nicholas wetting himself and tagging Braun Strowman. I think that was perfect.
Indeed.
So
That's
why it gives a high grade, because there was absolutely nothing wrong with this match. It was actually really good.
And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to
the announcement of next year's WrestleMania.
yes, in New York.
Yes, it's going to the MetLife Stadium.
That's right.
The MetLife Stadium. And I definitely want to save some money to go to that. I definitely do. Even if it's part of my tax return, I want to go. I absolutely want to go to that. And but yeah, WrestleMania 35 WrestleManias.
Indeed.
And the 35th anniversary will be there.
It's weird to know that both of us lived in a time before there was WrestleManias.
Yeah, we were around when WrestleMania didn't have a number.
Right.
As the Hot Rod once called it.
That's my imitation of Roddy Piper. Not very good, but that's mine.
Yeah, I know.
And I hold it deep within my heart. And it is something I hold on to and cherish with every fiber of my being. And I guess I give up.
Thank God that you didn't bury it like
That's
he
right.
did, even though he's 6 feet under, and I apologize about that.
Indeed, indeed.
Is it too soon?
It's fine.
Rest in peace, Roddy. I love you. All right, the main event of the evening. The Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar, the champion, taking on Roman Reigns for I don't know how many times now.
I know.
Nobody was really into this match.
No.
I was hearing "this is awful."
Yep.
Chants in this match, and everybody was drawn away to it. Especially the part when Brock Lesnar busted Roman open.
Now we could have been mishearing that, but it did sound like "this is awful." We could be wrong.
No, it was "this is awful." We dogs have good hearing.
All right.
And my name is Tom Dog.
I know. But anyway, yeah, that part was very interesting. You don't often see color like that. There was a little in the AJ match, in the post match. But yeah, like I don't 100% know if it was hard. What you were talking about, like Brock's elbow having that special property being somewhat knife-like because of what he did to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Because I'm not 100% convinced about that. I think I saw a part where he got an elbow and then Roman kind of went like that.
I didn't see that part, but Brock Lesnar openly admitted to doing the spot, and this was when he had when he was with Randy Orton.
Yep.
Because they brought this up. It's like he has this thing where he can take his elbow, and there's like a point right in your elbow. If you feel like right around here, like if you take your finger and put it on the tip of your elbow, if it's pointy enough, and you can actually get somebody, and if you get them hard enough, you can actually get them open without bleeding.
Okay, cool.
And which Brock Lesnar actually used that a lot during his time in UFC, which I have to address the elephant in the room.
Oh yes.
At the predictions episode, I brought up the whole Dana White fiasco where he may have spoiled the results of that match because it's rumor. There's talks about Brock Lesnar going back to UFC for a few more matches and retiring.
Sorry guys, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm a little tired. I do apologize for
and we're almost an hour and a half into this video.
Hey, we did it. And I didn't think we'd be able to do a whole hour, but here we go.
Yeah, but it's WrestleMania, so
It is indeed. That is true.
Yes.
It is WrestleMania. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes. And so with these videos, they tend to go on for hours.
That's true. That's true. All right. Yeah.
But don't worry, folks. This is the last match of the
Yes.
the last match of the evening,
Yeah.
and we're not going to drag this out like a Hall of Fame induction ceremony or WrestleMania, which was like 5 hours. So what you're getting is over 130 minutes worth of content right here. So, and what you're getting is nothing but the sledgehammer and some tomfoolery.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe what happened was obviously because Dana was out there talking about how Brock Lesnar had a UFC contract.
Yes.
So clearly that would mean to us that Brock Lesnar would lose.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I wonder if when word got out about that, they were like, oh, crap.
Yeah, Vince McMahon's like, Dana, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, they were there. Dana was
what are you
there.
trying to do, pal?
Yep. So that's probably what happened. That was about Vince, by the way.
Yes, it's like we're gonna change the ending.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to hold off on using Brock for a little bit.
You're gonna keep your trap shut for the next pay-per-view.
If you would just shut your freaking pie hole. I don't think Vince talks like that.
No, he would have been like, shut up.
Oh, that is more like it.
Yeah.
So
he still does that from time to time too, from what I heard.
So basically, yes, you heard correctly. Brock Lesnar won.
Yes,
he won, and it was very interesting.
But the fans were not really into this.
No,
match.
they weren't.
They were not.
And
you know what? I expected that because even I wasn't in tune with this match. Even if Dana White did ran his mouth and said that, oh, Brock Lesnar's going back to UFC. And
I gotta say, I think the high point of this entire event,
I mean, in a way, it kind of killed it because
it did
because he talked about it.
Yeah,
and I think if he didn't, it probably would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, how many times do we have to see Brock Lesnar fight Roman Reigns?
Right.
It's like John Cena fighting Randy Orton for the umpteenth time.
Exactly. We've seen enough.
Yes.
Of this feud.
Exactly.
We've seen enough of it.
We need this match. These matches with those two need to end.
You know what? I'm sure Roman Reigns is a fine person. He comes
Don't
off
get me
little,
wrong. He is a great competitor.
Right. He's a great competitor. He's very athletic. He comes off a little douchey in interviews, which makes me think he'd work better as a heel because the fans are already booing him anyway. And they were
but he's not
booing him here today.
But he's not a bad guy. He's not even a good guy.
That's dumb. If you're a good guy, you should be a good guy.
But he's the guy.
That's a cop-out excuse. That's a total cop-out. Well, let me ask you this then, Mr. Roman. What proof do you have that you're the guy? I mean, other than, okay, yeah, you got the boss's proof. Yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah.
But I think he'd come across better as a heel, but that's never going to happen.
He should be a heel.
I think they were trying to make him. I think they were trying to do the Steve Austin thing with the blood.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to pull that off, even though they didn't quite do the same thing.
Yeah, they were trying to because they wanted Roman to be like a top babyface. But when you think of Roman Reigns and with him coming into the Shield, everybody loved him when he was a heel. That's kind of like the same thing with when John Cena. It's like everybody loved him when he was a heel and doing that whole, rap shoot gimmick.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
And then John Cena stopped doing that, and a lot of people were just like, actually, it's like, really?
It's like, what happened?
Because everybody loved it when John Cena did the rap battle.
Yeah. I know, and that's why it boggled my mind when they stopped doing that.
Yeah,
because they just stopped. It's like for a while, like John Cena was in this weird transitional period where he was still wearing his basic Thugonomics gear.
Yeah.
But he stopped doing the battle raps.
Yeah.
Which was just boggled my mind. Why would you keep doing that? That's such a... Look, he did that as a heel.
Yes.
But that would get so over as a face thing.
It actually worked both ways because he quickly became face when he was still doing the rap battles, but then he stopped doing the rap battles.
That's the problem. When you have a heel that gets over so much that they become a face, they often change them in some way that makes them lamer than what they were. The only person who didn't do that was Undertaker.
But not if you're Stone Cold.
That's right. Sotney Cold. Yes, indeed.
And that's the bottom line.
Because Stone Cold Creamery said so.
What?
Got this smocking skull belt.
What?
That's right. So
don't make me run a promo on you again, because you remember that one time I did a promo on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did one hell of a shoot on you, and you were almost pissing in your pants, just like that little Nicholas fella.
Why don't you make more videos like this where you do your imitations?
No, I don't know.
Like, do that. You should do that. That's a talent, man.
I know, absolutely.
That's your talent. But you know what? That was WrestleMania.
I'm a procrastinator.
That's fine. Oh yeah, our rating for this for Brock.
Yeah, we got to get the rating on this one.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a low rating.
Yeah, it's gonna bottom out at me. It's C-.
Yeah, it. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match. It was just the fact that
we've just seen it before.
Yeah,
we've seen it so many times.
Yeah,
before.
We saw this. I think 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, look, WWE. We're living in an age where we could look at this old footage as much as we want.
Yeah.
You're better off not giving us the same matches over and over again, because we could already see these original matches over and over again, and we often do.
Yeah.
So be aware of this new environment of content consumption. People can watch something as long as they want, or as much as they want, as many times as they want. So clearly, their patience for the same stuff is going to be lower. So keep that in mind, buddy, pal. As I'm sure you'll need my advice, being a billion-dollar company and me basically with my company doing good, but able to pay their bills.
Vinny's not gonna listen to us. I mean, he's gonna let a couple of YouTubers tell him how to run a business that he's been running for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, who the hell do you think you are, pal?
Well, pal, I am absolutely no one.
You're damn right you're no one.
I'm no one.
That's why you're never going to get a job working for me, unless, of course, you're going to shine my shoes with your tongue.
I think I could do that.
I could too, even if there was cow dung.
Look, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I guess it's about time.
Actually, I wouldn't mind being Vince McMahon's limo driver. That way, I can get into the Hall of Fame.
Sure,
that'll be the only way I can get into the WWE Hall of Fame is if I become his limo driver. Because God knows, with the stuff that we did, there ain't no chance in hell we're ever going to get into the WWE offices.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless it was a tour, the studio tours that they, the company tour that they do.
Indeed. But alas, alack, it is getting somewhat late.
Yes, but all right. Before we bring this review show to the close, what do you thought of the whole WrestleMania?
Overall, I actually had a little bit more fun than I did previous ones. Of course, obviously, I always had a base level of good fun being around your family.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course. This has become a yearly tradition.
Yes.
And I want to keep it that way.
Yes, absolutely.
But my status as a lapsed fan does inhibit my enjoyment of wrestling somewhat sometimes. Yes. Especially if there's a bunch of people I don't care about.
Yes.
But this was an okay show.
Yeah,
it was okay.
It was a very good. It was a very good show.
I would say okay to good.
What's the overall grade?
The overall grade, that's tough.
Yeah.
I would have to say there's a lot of C stuff but the B stuff, like the stuff that was like the A thing, for me, the Ronda Rousey thing was so good.
Yeah.
It raises everything, the overall up. So
Yeah.
I would have to say my average score for this was a B.
Okay. All right. I agree. Absolutely. But
As you should, because I'm always right. I'm just kidding.
even when you're wrong. No, but when you're wrong, you drop the ball.
Indeed. That's fine.
You always drop the ball, pal.
That's fine. No, you don't drop the ball, man.
I know I don't.
When you drop the ball, all you got to do is pick it back up.
Yeah, I know.
Just pick it back up.
Absolutely.
No need to be down
Like,
in the dumps.
the-
Turn that frown upside down,
Exactly.
Taz.
Yes. But the only balls I'm ever going to be dropping is when I'm like walking around in a colostomy bag.
And the only one I'm ever going to drop is the one I already dropped in that car accident.
I know.
And dip my ball in it.
Mm-hmm.
We had very strange shows back
You still
then.
have that in the mason jar?
Mhm.
I'm surprised we never ran with that. We should have
We
ran.
should have.
We
We
should have
should
ran
have.
with that. Just
It
put
was
a
a pickled egg.
no, just put a walnut inside a mason jar.
It's a little bigger than a walnut.
I'm trying to give you credit, damn it. I'm trying to give you.
That's
give you
fine. I'll accept it. Yeah. Okay. Fine. We could use a walnut if you want.
Or okay, if you don't want to go with that, we'll go with a peach pit. So okay. Sure. But anywho, the overall grade that I give it is actually not a B minus, like
Okay.
you said. Like you mentioned, right? The B minus.
I said, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I did.
Yeah, it was B minus. Well, we'll look it back in the replay.
Yeah. Maybe I said B, but yeah,
No,
B minus. Is a good
I
grade.
absolutely give it a B plus. I thought
Okay.
I was really entertained, especially with the Braun Strowman match. It was really entertaining, and it probably would have been like a B minus. He's doing the headbanger mosh thing, mosh and thrasher. It's like, this is how he gets when he's tired. He spazzes out.
Indeed.
Well, thank God it wasn't like a seizure because,
Yeah.
I don't know the number to 911. So, and I don't know how to spell CPR. So, and
Interesting.
yes. And, but anyways, yeah, a B plus. A B plus is actually,
I think that's
what I'm-
fair.
What I'm going with that.
I think that's a fair score.
Definitely, a solid B plus. So overall, it was like a really good show.
Indeed. Touching this record button here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing a sobriety and you didn't drink nothing.
No, I didn't.
It's like okay, follow my finger. Okay, follow my finger. Just using your eyes, follow the finger.
Yep.
Touch your nose.
Oh boy.
Say the alphabet backwards.
Oh boy, boy.
Okay, get in the car.
Oh boy.
You're going to jail.
Oh boy, Derek Gate.
It's like walk a police department. There you go.
Indeed.
It's like I know you didn't drink nothing, but even though you had a glass of water, we can't take any chances. Come on, you're off to jail.
Indeed. Indeed.
I'm insulting the Woken Police Department.
It's fine.
Anyways, long story there, which I'll probably touch base on a future Wrestling Channel X episode. And my ears are ringing, which means I gotta get going. So
Understood.
thank you
It
for
was a
being on
pleasure.
the show and everything. Hope to see you on more of these shows.
Absolutely, man.
Especially in the prediction shows.
Absolutely. I mean, we live in the same town. I mean, if you ever
Yes.
have another topic you want to discuss like this,
Yes, we're going to be
Down.
touching base because
down.
I have a spin-off show that I want to do with Wrestling Prime. That was one of which I'll talk to more when I bring you home.
okay.
What was pretty much a staple of our of the show as you remember.
Okay.
Which I won't talk here, so because I want to make sure everything's okay and everything like that, because those were really good topics that we had.
Indeed.
When I was doing the topic shows, but anyways, that's a different story for another time. But thank you for coming out, hanging out with us, and enjoying the party, the Wrestle Mania party that we always have and everything, and throwing good ones, as a matter of fact. Bringing out the Smoking Skull belt and X Block watching the show too. And we will see you on another episode of Wrestling Prime. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. And of course, right after this video is over, you can actually once the video is uploaded to the YouTube channel, you can check it out on your leisure. Tell us what you thought. Tell us what you thought of WrestleMania. What you thought of the match. What was your best match? What was your least favorite match? Our favorite match was, of course, the Ronda Rousey Kurt Angle match.
Hit that subscribe button.
And no, not yet, because I got to do more with that. It's like, this is how we do it. And also, what was your least favorite match? Which of course was ours was the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match, obviously. But definitely hit that like button, ringy dingy that bell, and more importantly, X block that subscribe button. Hit that chair shot. Give that nail, bash somebody in the head with that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button like you're giving somebody a chair shot. And everything like that. So that's right, pretty much. Because if I say X block, it's like everybody will block me. I don't want to do that. So that's right. Don't worry. I love you. I gotta upgrade you a little bit. It's like you're getting worn out, buddy. But anyways,
oh, pardon me. I gotta get going. I gotta catch the yogurt train. I'll see you later.
Okay. So we will see you all again here next time with another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime. For the Sledgehammer, I am, of course, Tom Dog. And as always, take care. So long. Peace.
Very cool.
Yes. But it didn't stop.